Hi, it's Amanda the Nail Polish Hound, and in today's video I'm going to be destashing my magnetic nail polishes. I do have a lot of magnetic polishes, so this video is going to be split into two halves, and today I'm going to be looking at my silvers, golds, browns, pinks and green magnetic nail polishes. Starting off with the silver, and this one is Barry M's Magnetic Multi Sparkle. It's a really old polish and it's got a little holographic glitter in it. It's incredibly pretty and it was way ahead of its time, especially for a mainstream polish. I wish Barry M still made magnetic polishes because they were gorgeous. This one's going to be staying in my collection. Next we have Sally Hansen's Graphite Gravity. This is a darker grey silver polish. It has a really good magnetic pull in it, and I will be keeping this one as well. Moving into the browns, we've got Essie's Little Boa Peep. This one does have a good magnetic effect on it, but you'll see in a minute it's very similar to the next polish. This is what it looked like on my nails when I wore it last. And this next one is Missouri's Organza in Cashmere. This is a very, very pretty polish. Again, it has a really good magnetic effect on it. It's just slightly warmer toned, which I think suits my complexion a little bit better compared to the Essie. So in the bottle they do appear to be somewhat different, but in real life and on the nail there's little difference in it. I prefer the Missouri, so I'm going to be destashing the Essie polish and keeping the Missouri polish because I think I will use it more frequently. Next we're on to the gold, and this one is Gold Fusion by China Glaze. I have recently used this in some nail art. The magnetic effect on it isn't great. It does take quite a bit of work to get this one to show a decent magnetic effect. This is a nail art that I did with it recently, which was quite pretty, but yellows and golds just aren't my jam, so I'm not going to be keeping this polish. Moving more into the browns and coppers now. First of all, we have got Golden Conduct by Sally Hansen. This one's got a decent magnetic pull on it, but it does tend to be a bit gold toned, and that doesn't suit my skin tone so well. And the next one, also by Sally Hansen, is Kinetic Copper. Now this one has a lovely magnetic pull on it, and it does suit my skin tone a little bit better. This is what that one looked like in a fairly recent manicure that I did. As you can see, it's got that lovely, slightly darker coppery tone to it. Comparing them in the bottle and on the swatch sticks, of course they're not dupes, but I think I'm going to get more use out of the second one. So I'm going to destash Golden Conduct and I'm going to keep Kinetic Copper. The next polish is one of my all-time favourite magnetic polishes. Absolutely beautiful. This is Solar Flare by KB Shimmer. This is a proper multi-chrome, and it's got sort of gold to copper and a little bit of green right at the edge there. It's truly stunning. It does have to be applied over a black base, but it is well worth that extra effort. As you can see here, it's completely different to Kinetic Copper, even though they both at certain angles do have a copper finish to them. Last in this section, and relatively new to my collection, is Holo Taco's Fairy Tale. I really love this polish. It was the dark horse of the collection in my opinion. It has a beautiful magnetic shift and a lovely rich brown colour to it. So this one is going to be staying in my collection. This is what I started off for in this part of the destash, and these are the polishes I finished up with, and I'm quite happy with that. Moving on to the pink and red category, and the first one is this Pink Magnetic by Sally Hansen. It's called Pink Force. As you can see, it does have a little bit of an orange shift in it as well. It's very pretty, a bit of a weak magnetic pull, but I can forgive it that because it's so unique. So that one's staying in my collection. This next one is Charity's Love by Missouri. It's a very similar base colour to the last polish. Has got those little glitters in it as well. I don't really like those glitters, so I'm going to be destashing this one, and I don't think I've ever worn it. Next one is by Missouri as well. It's called Silk Haze. This one has a little bit of a sort of purpley pink, and it has a lovely magnetic shift in it. This is what it looked like in an old manicure that I did. I really must wear this one again sometime soon, and it's staying in my collection. And then we have Love Spell by Holo Taco, and this one I think has a beautiful magnetic shift in it. It goes a little bit orange as well. Some people found these polishes a bit difficult to work with, but I found them to be fine. You just need to work quickly with them because they do dry quite quickly. So get the magnet over the top quickly and they have a lovely finish. This one is staying in my collection. Then we have Lemming Lacquers, A Lively Dress. This is a beautiful, slightly darker red, but it's got a multi-chrome in it. A little bit more of a subtle magnetic shift to this one, but it's so pretty. I can forgive it that. And in this manicure that I did last year, you can see just how pretty it is. So I'm going to be keeping this one as well. And here's the Holo Taco on the left compared to the Lemming Lacquer on the right. They looked reasonably similar on the swatch stick, but in the bottle they look quite different. And on the nail, I remember these looking different as well. Then we have a more true red. This is another Missouri and it is called New Year Ball. Beautiful magnetic finish to this one. A lovely shift, and you get that lovely deep red compared to the lighter red with this one. Very pretty indeed. I love it and it's staying in my collection. Finally, in this section, we've got The Impossible Girl by Danglefoot Polish. This is from their Doctor Who collection. It is a much darker red with holographic glitters in it, but a very, very subtle magnetic shift. Much as I hate to break up a collection and I don't like destashing Danglefoots, I just can't see myself wearing this, so I'm going to let it go. That hurt. So these are the pinks and the reds with the two that I'm destashing on the left hand side. Final section for this video is green, and we're starting off with this unnamed green by LCN. It takes a lot of shaking up this one, and the magnetic effect is a bit better than this when you do shake it up properly. It's quite pretty, so I'm going to be keeping this one in my collection. I did struggle a bit more with the greens, so you'll see me trying them out against my skin tone, just as a reminder. This next one is Klingon by China Glaze, and it's more of a khaki green colour. It's got a decent magnetic shift on it, and you can see it does go quite a bit darker outside of the cat eye. But I can't see myself reaching for this one and wearing it, so I'm going to be destashing it. Then we have Confused, also by China Glaze. This one has a very strong magnetic pull. This is what it looked like in a manicure that I did recently, and you can see I managed to get that domed magnetic effect with this one, and I'm going to be keeping this one in my collection. Next one is another by Barry M. It's called Magnetic Green Sparkle. Same sort of formula as the silver that we saw earlier with the holographic glitters in it. And if you give it a good shake, it does have a better magnetic effect than I'm managing to show you here. And it is the same sort of tone as the China Glaze we've just seen, but with those holographic glitters in there as well. So I'm going to be keeping this one. It's really pretty and I do enjoy it. Next we have got Wicked Potion by Holo Taco, and this one is a little bit more of a blue-green, also has a really good magnetic shift to it. Here it is on my index finger in this manicure, and I love this one. It's definitely staying in my collection. So as I said, that one's a little bit darker and a bit more blue-green when you compare it to the Barry M, so they're definitely not dupes for each other, and I'm going to be keeping them both. And the last one in this section is by For Your Nails Only, and this little mini is called Insanity, and it has a beautiful green to blue magnetic shift in it. It's quite difficult to see it in the bottle and on the swatch stick, but in this manicure you can really see the effect. This one is also best over a black base, and it's very similar actually to the Holo Taco, just got more of a blue shift, which you're not seeing very well in these pictures. And these are the greens that I'm going to be keeping in my collection. So at the end of this video, we're going to be keeping 16 of my magnetic polishes and destashing 6. And these are all the ones that I'm going to be keeping so far, and I'm really happy with the destashing that I've done. This is to be continued, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. It will be coming up sometime soon. Thanks for watching.